Good morning and welcome to the Urbandale Chamber of Commerce Spotlight on Business. I'm J. Michael McCoy, and today we've got the mayor. Absolutely. We'll talk to Mayor Bob Andewig in just a minute. But first, Janice Wissanan from the Urbandale Chamber of Commerce. And I hear kudos are due.
They are.
Best chamber, second year in running from a local publication.
Absolutely. That was us.
What does that mean, that you're the best chamber? When you're sitting around the chamber meetings, and it's just you people, the employees, okay, and the ambassadors, the folks that really are the meat. What does that mean to you? What does that mean that your city represents?
Means that we are doing a great job, and we are being recognized for the job that we're doing, and that our members are engaged with us.
That's good. They're active and because a chamber with just a staff is
nothing.
Yeah, you got to have the support of the members and all those people in those businesses. And so far, the people you've brought here are all wonderful people. And today's no exception. The Honorable Mayor Bob Andewig from the city of Urbandale. How long have you been mayor?
10 years now, Mac.
And before that, you were?
I was on the council for 5 years.
So 15 years you've been serving this community.
And I was on the P&Z before that as well.
Planning and zoning.
So really 20 years.
What is it that you like about Urbandale?
Oh, boy. How long do we have?
You have as long as you want.
Everything's great about Urbandale. As far as living in the community, it's a big small town. Really is how I frame it. I think the people make the difference, just like the Urbandale Chamber you were talking about with Janice. I think we have incredible volunteer base in the community, and people care about each other, and it really does make a difference.
Now, when you and your family moved to Urbandale, did you move to Urbandale, or did you just find a house you like and it happened to be in Urbandale?
Yeah, it was probably more the latter, quite honestly. We looked around and found a house. It happened to be in Urbandale, but not long after I was there, found out it was a great community to be in. I mean, I always tell the story, as a matter of fact, that when I grew up in Pella, and when I was in high school, we played, my last football game I ever played in the playoffs was against Urbandale High School. I lost to Urbandale High School in the playoffs.
Oh, my.
And here I am now. I live in there, and I'm the mayor of the community.
Have you beat Pella since?
No.
No, you haven't played him since. Yeah. So if a gentleman and a lady, husband and wife, moving here, and they are very civic-minded, so you want these people in your community. They're going to be active in charities. One or both of them may run for office to serve the community. Give me the three things. And I'm throwing this at you off the cuff, so it's okay if you don't have all three. But give me a couple things that you would say to these very civic-minded people about why they should participate in growing this community for the next 20 years.
Well, I think everybody has an obligation to give back. That's the first thing. So if they're civically minded, that first of all, they're going to have that mindset, and they'll have the opportunity to do that in Urbandale. We're a growing community. There are many opportunities to give back. And it's a way to make our community even better than it is before. Leave something better than it was before.
Now, didn't Urbandale kind of make a huge leap a few years ago in acquiring a whole bunch of land and everything west of the interstate?
Yes, we probably it's been over 10 years ago that had a major annexation, and right now our projected population based on what we currently have is about 70,000. As of today, we stand about 45,000, and we still have the opportunity to acquire and annex even more land. We have annexation agreements with Grimes to the north and Waukee to the south, so we have a corridor of growth even beyond there.
South of Waukee?
Well, no, our southern boundary matches up with Waukee.
Okay.
So we have a corridor between what we have with Waukee is to our south, Grimes is to our north, and we have a corridor moving west.
How many more square miles? We
haven't. We need to sit down and look at that.
Yeah.
We have a lot currently to build out as well. So it only makes sense if you can logically service that area as well.
And service, it means fire, police, utilities, things like that.
Correct.
Yeah. You've had a lot of good people come out of Urbandale. Brad Zahn, who's now a state representative and has, one day probably land a national seat representing this state. A lot of good people have come out of Urbandale. Why do you think that is? I mean, Not that good people haven't come out of other councils, but it just seems that yours are better. I don't know. They just seem to go farther.
Again, I think we just have a good track record of folks that care about the community and want to give back, want to see it a better place than what they have. They don't want to just live in a community. They want to be able to participate and make it a better community.
When you're dead and gone, what would you like people to remember for you as the mayor of Urbandale?
Well, fortunately, I'm going to be the mayor for its centennial, so that's probably one thing. It's more of a happenstance type of thing. But
100 years.
But I want people to think that I truly left it a better place than I came into office. So, I mean, that's the things I do. I don't look for any glamorous things, Mac. I just want people to say, well, he did do some things. We have some bigger projects happening. We're going to try to improve the corridor in the northwest part of town, the 141 corridor, to try to improve transportation there.
Well, now tell me where Urbandale stops in terms of that 141 corridor. You're still quite a bit to the east, right?
Correct. So we go a little bit north north of the interstate on the west side of 86th Street.
Okay.
And on the east side of 86th Street, everything north of the interstate is essentially Johnston.
Yeah. So you'll go farther west and you'll grab that land, you'll annex that land up 141 on the west side of 141.
Well, it's currently in Urbandale, but if you can imagine along the I-80-35 corridor, there's a go around Ryder Corner, there's a lot of vacant land there yet. It's tremendous opportunity. We're literally at the crossroads of America with 80 and 35. I don't have the exact number of cars that go by every day, but it's phenomenal when you have the intersection of two interstates.
Yeah.
Just imagine all the cars we have go through our city every day.
In the middle of the country.
Right.
I got a silly question. I've lived here all these years, and I should know that. Why is it called Ryder Corner? Because I always called it Cuddy's Curve.
You call that, too. I can't honestly answer that right now.
I just wondered.
I've called it Ryder Corner. I guess I've never known the exact source of that either.
The Ryder Company used to be up there.
What did?
The Ryder Company. The Ryder.
Oh, is that it? Oh, well, leave it to Janice.
Janice knows everything.
Yeah. Well, Mr. Mayor, who's your mentor?
Who's my mentor? I have a lot of mentors. I probably, on some tough issues with the city particularly, I call on E.J. Giovanetti or Don Brush.
Yep.
Those two are probably my go-to people to talk to.
Yep. Do you like to read?
I love to read.
What do you like to read?
I love history. I love history. Right now, I probably read 3 or 4 books at a time. I kind of pick up one and put it down and then start another one. So
yeah, good. And last question: if you could spend an hour with anyone living or dead, who would it be?
Oh, boy, Abraham Lincoln.
Ooh, good choice.
He was an ordinary person who did extraordinary things.
Kind of like you.
Well, I don't know about that.
Well, aren't you an ordinary guy?
I'm an ordinary guy, but he was a lawyer. He practiced law, and he went on to do some pretty extraordinary things.
I could see the beard and the top hat. I could see that. Mr. Mayor, as always, you know how much I appreciate you. Thank you for doing what you do for your community.
Thank you, Mac. I appreciate it.
You bet. Janice,
Tuesdays, meet the chamber, 9 a.m. at the chamber office.
Yep, and this Tuesday, it's lamb chops. She's going to find a lamb and cook a lamb, and it's lamb chops.
And coffee.
That's right.
Lamb chops and coffee. Wow.
Janice Wissanan from the Urbandale Chamber of Commerce. By the way, here's something that you may have never thought of. I'm a member of the Urbandale Chamber of Commerce. I don't live in Urbandale, and I no longer have a business Urbandale, and I don't plan on having another business in Urbandale. But the benefit I get from being a part of that chamber is meeting people like Bob and Janice and some of the other people that have been on this show. Yeah, networking for business, it's nice. Sure, it is nice. I don't deny that. But it's also just being around good people that care about their schools, their communities, their streets, their roads, the future. Not people who are just interested in what can you do for me now, but what can we do for us down the line. So you might consider getting a hold of Janice and talking about getting yourself an Urbandale Chamber of Commerce membership. Until next time, I'm J. Michael McCoy for Uniquely Urbandale and the Urbandale Chamber of Commerce Spotlight on Business. Have a good day.
From the RE/MAX Real Estate Concept Studios, this is Webcast One Live.
Credit cards are like grandkids. They love you, sometimes get out of control, and it's fun to get a new one. Who can stop them from piling on?
Hi, I'm Tom Coates with Consumer Credit of Des Moines. At the end of the day, you can give these grandkids back, but you're stuck paying off bad credit card debt. We can help you put the fun back into using credit cards responsibly. Right, kids?
Yeah! If you need help getting credit cards off your back, call Consumer Credit of Des Moines.
Good morning and welcome to the Urbandale Chamber of Commerce Spotlight on Business, uniquely Urbandale. I'm J. Michael McCoy, and of course I'm joined by my co-host, Janice Wissanan, who is the marketing director.
Membership director.
Membership director. I knew there was an M involved. And the head chef for the Urbandale Chamber of Commerce. And she comes in every week and brings me 2 or 3 of her favorite membership or members of Urbandale Chamber of Commerce. And she's got one of her favorites today in Kyle Hamer.
Long A.
Long A. Well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put an E there because
That's all right.
I'm a radio guy. I can do that.
It's been butchered multiple times. I
Has
think
it?
I was in high school at one event, and there was probably 9 different pronunciations. So
You're used to it.
I get used to
Why
it.
don't you just
That's right.
change the A to an E?
You know, I before E except after C. We'd
You're
confuse
used
even
to it.
more people.
All
That's
right.
right.
But spelling of your name is not what you focus on. You focus on helping small businesses market themselves.
That is correct.
What is and let's give people the name of your business, Phase 2, the number 2 marketing. And if you want to look up their website, it's in phase, the number 2. So inphase2marketing.com. All right. In fact, Janice and I were talking earlier before you got here. One of the worst mistakes any small business person makes is they think they can market their own business. What do you find the biggest mistakes that small businesses make that you're able to come in and correct for them?
There are 2 big mistakes that small businesses make. The first one is they think they can market and advertise like the big boys do. They come in and they say, hey, I'm going to take my small catering business or my restaurant, and we're going to try and market it like McDonald's markets or the Coke markets and present ourselves as a huge brand versus really focusing on what they need, and that's customers. The lifeblood of a small business is a customer. So their advertising efforts, their marketing efforts should be focused on client and customer acquisition.
That's awesome. Instead of having big billboards and big names and logos and all that funky stuff they can put on a business card.
That stuff's fun and it's important. But if you have a beautiful brand, but nobody buying, then you're wasting money.
Yeah. Where does your passion come from?
My passion comes from years of watching sales-driven organizations and marketing departments bicker. Sales and marketing, I think, are designed to work cooperatively. Marketing should be an extension of the sales process. Okay. Sales should recognize that marketing helps prepare their prospect to have a conversation, and they should work together instead of fighting with one another. So I've been actually in organizations in the past where there's a silo for marketing and there's a silo for sales, and it's, well, this person needs to give me better leads and this person needs to do a better job of closing the leads that we've sent through. And ultimately, they're designed to work together.
The right hand doesn't know what the left hand's doing.
That's exactly right.
I love the name. Phase 2. Now, that means something. What does that mean?
Well, what it means is that we're transitioning. A lot of businesses they'll start out with a door-to-door approach, right? Or a flyer everywhere approach. And once you've kind of built that baseline, you need to go to the next phase. You need to take the next step. And so for me, when I looked at it, Phase 2 was about helping businesses take the next step with their sales and marketing.
All right. And I think it's interesting. You don't have an office. You work out of your clients' businesses, so you're into the culture.
That's exactly right. The majority of the clients that I work with, there's this sense of who they are, this sense of self, this sense of brand that a lot of people want to do with pretty pictures, that you can communicate effectively in their message by understanding their culture, by understanding who they are and being where they're at. Think about it as like a marketing department on demand, right? It's like, oh, if I could go out and hire 10 people and have them come in my office and build out a marketing plan or build out an advertising strategy, you can come in, understand the culture, and then make sure that the message is lined up with what you want.
All right. So I'm a small business person, have been all my life. I always said I was an entrepreneur because I wasn't employable. I wasn't a very good employee. And I'm listening, and I've got an ego. You know, I think I've got my business worked out pretty good. We're doing pretty good. But I know I'd like to roll out a new promotion, something new for my business. That's also something you can do. You don't have to come in and consume everything. Somebody could test you, if I will.
That's exactly right.
In this new product, this new phase, this new development, this new widget.
And I actually prefer that. That's the way we prefer to do our relationships because we want to make sure that it's A, mutually beneficial, and B, that it's a good fit, right? I tend to be very bold. I tend to take a little bit more risks with people's messaging and being direct than what you would have with most marketing agencies. we want to tell a good story. We want to tell it well. We want to tell it often. But we want to say it with something that creates an interruption. And for most businesses...
Oh, I like that. Creates an interruption. Sounds like me, doesn't it? Oh, send Mac in. Let's create an interruption.
You are an interruption.
That's exactly. So, but that's... If marketing is done well, you're going to interrupt your customer with the advertising.
Yeah.
And you have 3 to 5 seconds to then engage them, right? So what you do next has to be empowering and engaging for that customer. Once we've done that, we need to educate them briefly about why this promotion, why it makes sense, and then make them an offer that they can't refuse.
Okay, let me ask you this. I'm considering hiring a marketing company. Why you? Why Phase 2? I mean, there's a ton of them out there.
That's right. They're a dime a dozen. 2 reasons to consider Phase 2. 1, I want to understand the fabric of how your sales organization runs. We want to make sure that what we're driving to is sales. If you want to go brand, there's 1,000 other companies that are out there. We are data-driven, results-driven organization. We focus on ROI and provable
return on
income.
investment.
That's right. $1 in should equal $1 out at a minimum.
Yeah. I like $1 in, $5 out. That's my favorite.
We have a group that we're working with right now that they've spent about $1,000 this month, and their expected return is somewhere around $60K over the life of what they've gotten. So
I wasn't kidding you. Actually mine was 3 for every one.
Right.
I want a 75% return on my money. And a lot of people, they'll be lucky to eat a Keystone, which is twice, which would have been 2,000 if you put in 1,000. Right. Let me ask you this question. Besides your work, what are you passionate about?
Family.
Family. Do you have a family?
I do. I have 3 children, ages 9 to 18 months, and one to soon be here in May. So
one in the warming basket.
That's exactly right.
All right. And your wife's name is?
Sarah.
And what does she do? Does she work outside the home?
She does not. She's a social entrepreneur.
Whoa. Back up. A what?
A social entrepreneur. She has figured out how to make money through social media and building businesses online. So
wow.
She wants to do whatever she does. She just does it kind of out of the basement and says, this is how I want to make money.
Janice, I'd like to meet her. Can she come in sometime?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'd like to meet her. I wanted to get to a little personal stuff with you, but I want to back up. Social media, that big a deal, or you can work around it?
Well, it actually depends on your business and what your goals are. Okay. Again, it depends on who your customer is, who you're trying to acquire. If I'm Coke and I'm Pepsi and I'm trying to build a big brand, it's kind of a necessity. If I'm Phase 2 marketing and I have it as a service that I provide, it's kind of a necessity. But if it's something where you're trying to sell to another business, Twitter may not be for you. Facebook may not be for you. It really depends on who your audience is, whether or not it's an effective medium to advertise.
Now, how long have you known you were going to come on here?
I don't know, a couple weeks maybe.
Couple weeks? I'm just asking, did you tear me apart? Did you go in and look at my website and watch the shows and say, what a goofball, he could do this better, he could do this better. Gosh, he'd only hire me.
No, I try not to do that to businesses because we're all in survival mode. I mean, I think the thing is that at a certain level, you get to the point where it's like, okay, you're being strategic for growth. But most small businesses are in survival mode, and it's like, who can help me in the pain that I'm in right now?
Awesome. Do you like to read?
On occasion.
What's your favorite TV show?
Oh, that's a good question.
Thank you.
Right now I have a problem with the new superhero TV shows that they've put out.
Yeah.
So like Gotham, The Flash, Arrow. I tend to binge watch those.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. All right. Did you ever watch The Newsroom on HBO?
I've only seen one clip from The Newsroom, and
that's the one where he gives the student heck.
That's exactly right.
Right. What's the best thing about America? There's nothing good about America. Yeah, that's an awesome show. But I'm a journalist guy, so you'd think that would be, something I'd like. Spend an hour with anybody, living or dead. Who would it be?
Again, another very difficult question. But I would say, given what I've learned over the last 15 years, my grandfather. My grandfather passed before I transitioned really into adulthood.
Yeah.
And there's just a lot of things I would like to know now that I'm adult that I didn't get to.
Well, you'll see him soon. One day. Kyle Hamer.
That's right.
Phase 2 Marketing. And the website is inphase, the number 2, marketing.com. Check them out. And just think about hiring them for a project. You know, you've got a small business. Maybe you've got a medium-sized business. If you're successful, you're always looking 12 months ahead, 6 months ahead, maybe 18 months ahead as to what's going to be the next stream of revenue. You know, we deal with calamity in our businesses all the time. We think that this stream of revenue, if you're in the restaurant business, it's the malt shakes. If you're in the shoe or in the clothing business, it's the ties. You think of whatever it is. But you know, at some point or another, that's not going to be your lead revenue generator. So you want to think about something. You want to get something in place. Why don't you give Kyle a chance to come in and look at your business, examine where you're at, and maybe get a little peek into the future. Give him a call. Check him out. inphase2marketing.com. Kyle, thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. I look forward to meeting your wife. Jenny, and I mean, you know how I mean that.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Right.
I look forward to meeting her too.
Yeah. Yeah. Two busy people. You probably just cross each other. Yeah. All right. Janice Wissanan. Tuesdays are special, and this Tuesday is even more special because you're bringing in the Dairy Queen truck, and everybody gets free Dairy Queen cups.
Is Dairy Queen an Urbandale Chamber member?
I don't know. They're in Urbandale, right there on Douglas.
They are.
Now, what happens on Tuesdays?
We do Meet the Chamber every Tuesday. It's an opportunity to come in, sit down for an hour, and learn about the Chamber, questions that you have, or maybe the website or the member information site. Those all can be answered during that time frame.
That's right. It's the Urbandale Chamber of Commerce. And it's Spotlight on Business. I'm J. Michael McCoy. If I haven't told you lately, thanks for watching and thanks for listening. I love this job. Couldn't do it without you. Right here for the Urbandale Chamber of Commerce, this is webcast1live.com.
From the RE/MAX Real Estate Concept Studios, this is Webcast One Live.
I'm Brian Leach, owner of Service Legends, and my position is Chief Talent Officer.
I'm Nicholas Wonderscheid.
I am Bernie Hobbs,
And I'm the Service Manager.
Marketing Director and Client Relations Manager.
Everything that we do is about ensuring that we exceed your expectations.
Our clients are important to us. 100% satisfaction.
We're not just focused on heating and cooling. That's the easiest part of our job, actually, is fixing furnaces and air conditioners.
Everyone that we come in touch with, we want to improve lives.
Bottom line is, we've got our installation guarantees, 25% energy savings guarantee, comfort guarantee, temperature selection guarantee, property protection guarantee.
100% satisfaction guaranteed. Fixed rate or it's free.
All of those guarantees are backed up with a 100% money-back guarantee to hold ourselves accountable to making sure that you get what you're after.
Just fixing the problem today. If they have another problem 5 days down the road, it's still fixed rate or it's free.
We use what's called straightforward pricing. Our technicians are going to give you an exact to-the-penny price on what it's going to take before they move forward with any repair. That way you know what to expect.
It's the same price every day.
No surprises.
If you get off work at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, you come home, you realize that, oh, my furnace is broken. Now you need to call somebody out that night. You shouldn't have to pay more for that.
We're guaranteeing service 24/7.
We run afternoons, evenings, nights, weekends. We're staffed to work that.
Phone rings at 3 in the morning. You'll get one of our representatives answering the phone every time.
We're not sending you out to Timbuktu in some call center. It's our Service Legend team members, our mission control team.
I'll take a call anytime.
And then they answer the phones the same way during the day as they do at night.
It's a great day at your service company. How can we make you smile?
That's the only way to provide true 24-hour service.
When you're able to let somebody actually live in their home safely when they weren't able to do that before, where they don't have to stay up at night and worry about, is the heat going to come back on? Are we going to freeze the pipes? Is the baby in the room next door going to be sick because they got too cold? When you're able to help somebody overcome challenges like that, that's impacting a life. That makes a difference. I get goosebumps thinking about it.
I love the team. I love the people that I work with.
We have fun, but we work hard.
I call them my ambassadors of legendary service. If you could just envision what that is, that's who we're sending to your home.
They literally will call in, pick up the phone and call and say, hey, I want to talk to your manager. And I get on the phone, they're like, that technician that was at my house was the greatest technician ever. That's cool to me.
We want to brighten people's days.
Every person that we have going into the house has gone through an extensive background check.
Drug testing, we have a very thorough interview process that 1 out of 140 people make it through.
If we promise you something, that's what you're going to get, no matter what.
We're here when you need us to protect the safety and comfort of your family.
if you're not happy, we're going to make it right.
If we're willing to put 100% money back guarantee on what we do, what type of work do you think we do?
Give us a call. We're there for you 24/7, 365 days a year.
Enough said.
Good morning and welcome to Spotlight on Business for the Urbandale Chamber of Commerce. I'm J. Michael McCoy. Thanks for the opportunity to kind of introduce you to some of the best business people in town. And the Urbandale Chamber, uniquely Urbandale, and of course they're represented by Janice Wissenand. She is their membership director. Got it right. Give me a couple reasons why somebody should join the chamber, the Urbandale Chamber, because my business is in Ankeny. My business is in Clive. Why should I be in Urbandale?
When you join a chamber, there are a lot of different reasons to get engaged. So when you meet one chamber, you've met just one chamber. Each chamber has differences. Some are economic development focused, some are community focused, but the Urbandale Chamber is focused on business, doing business with other members. So we're really an advocate for that. And we really see our members doing business that way. So it really makes a huge difference. Yeah, you can network, but bottom line, people do business with who they know, like, and trust.
Yep. I always say, don't do business with places, do business with people. All right, I'm going to introduce you to somebody good people right here. Her name is Brenna Young. Her brother's Perry. He's not here, but we'll imagine he's like the rabbit. What was the rabbit's name? Harvey. And Harvey's sitting right next to her, and that's Perry. Hi, Brenna. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. You and your family have Park Place Catering.
Yep.
And you go anywhere with any kind of food you want.
Absolutely.
I will also mention, and you should write this down, because they also have a gathering hall.
A banquet hall.
And it's in Adele. And it holds 300 people. And you should write that down, because there are fewer and fewer and fewer places that you can put that many people in for a wedding reception. How about a high school graduation? How about a 25th wedding anniversary party? How about a 50th birthday party? How about a Bible study? How about planting a new church? New place right there. 1015 Riverside Drive in Adele. That's Park Place Catering. Now, your brother, Perry, is the chef.
He is the chef.
What's your favorite thing that he makes?
I think Janice is going to have to agree with me on this one, but our best thing is our chicken Alfredo.
Okay, and have you had it?
Yeah, oh yes.
That good, huh?
Yes.
All right. And so how many can you cater up to?
The biggest event we've done so far is 600, but we can do a lot bigger than that.
Okay. And what's your passion for this business?
Oh, man. You know, my family's been in the restaurant business and food business ever since I can remember. I'll even age myself. I'm 34, so 34 years of restaurant business. I went to school out at University of Notre Dame, became working with the university, became a catering manager. And then when I became a catering manager, I kind of learned that side of the business, and I just fell in love with it. I love working with brides. I love working with clients to plan their events. So I just fell in love with it. But at the same time, at Notre Dame, people were, younger, and I was getting older, and I wanted to have a family, and I felt like if I stayed at Notre Dame, I probably never would get that. So I decided to come back home to Iowa and started the catering side of the business.
And it is true. You can come home.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
And I see you got a Notre Dame. Is that a Notre Dame shirt on?
It is a Notre Dame shirt.
So you're a big Notre Dame fan?
Yes, I am.
Well, that's all right. They're pretty good. Now, do you have a restaurant currently in place also?
We do. It's called Italian Villages, but it is completely separated from the catering side of it, though.
Okay. All right. And so what makes you different than your competitors? Because there's a lot of people in the Yellow Pages.
We'll just go example for a bride. A bride comes in, they may be just looking for a caterer or a banquet hall. By the time I sit down with them, they have a lot more done off their list than you expected, because I'm not just a caterer, I'm almost like an event planner, because we also started a DJ service. So we could DJ your events, and that's a lot of fun. I actually am learning how to become a DJ, so I'm not great. I am decent, but I have 2 full-time DJs that does weddings for me and stuff like that. So they sit down with me, I get them for the catering, and then get them for the banquet hall. Now I got the DJ set up. I have a portable dance floor, so that dance floor doesn't just stay at my banquet hall. I could go to other locations if they need a dance floor. Centerpieces, I rent out centerpieces. I have table linens that I rent out. Tables and chairs I can rent out.
You are an event coordinator,
pretty
aren't you?
much.
Yeah.
But the difference between me and other competitors is that I'm a lot more affordable. It is a family base, so we can keep prices down. So when a bride comes to me, I kind of laugh because I ask who else they went to, and once they put everything together, I am still cheaper than another caterer, and that was just food.
Yeah.
So mine has all kinds of other stuff.
And you provide everything.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. Brenna Young, her brother Perry, family business. It's called Park Place Catering. What's the website, please?
It is www.parkplacecatering.biz.
.biz. All right. Brenna, thanks for coming in today.
Well,
I appreciate
thank
it. I'd like to try some of that what'd you say, chicken parmesan?
Chicken Alfredo.
Chicken Alfredo.
Can I do a shout out real quick?
Absolutely.
Okay.
All day long.
Awesome. Janice is awesome at what she does. Urbandale Chamber is awesome. I joined in 2009. I was a little skeptical because, I'm from Adel. How is Urbandale going to help me? At that time, I didn't even have my banquet hall, but I will do the shout out that if it wasn't for the Urbandale Chamber, I don't think I would have the banquet hall yet. They just really helped me grow, starting from nothing to what I am now. I couldn't have done it without the chamber.
That's awesome. Congratulations. Thanks for doing that.
Yep.
Not a lot of people, stand up and give other people credit for some of the successes they've been a part of.
Oh, absolutely. It was them that helped us grow, so.
Good job out of you. All right, that's Brenna Young with Park Place Catering, parkplacecatering.biz.
Yep.
And check them out. I think you'd enjoy working with this young lady for your next event. All right, back to Janice. Of course, Tuesdays are always special, and I heard, I just got to tell you, I've heard that it's chili hot dogs next Tuesday. Chili hot dogs and French fries and onion rings.
And coffee.
At 9 a.m. at the Urbandale Chamber of Commerce, right there on 100th Street. All right, Janice, thanks for being here, and thank you for watching. I appreciate being a part of the Urbandale Chamber of Commerce. If you're not a part, call Janice. Just call her and ask her. Challenge her. Why should I join the Urbandale Chamber of Commerce? Maybe you're in Urbandale, maybe you're not. You're probably not. Maybe you're in Boone or you're in Ames. Oh, good heavens, I could never get advantage out of a chamber in the metro. I'm clear up here in Ames. Try it. I think you'll like it. I've heard that one before. For Uniquely Urbandale and the Urbandale Chamber of Commerce, this is Spotlight on Business. I'm J. Michael McCoy. Thanks for listening.